Hello kids, this is Teacher Seb, your teacher in learning your lesson in this video lesson. Are you guys ready? So, let's begin! For this video lesson in English 3, Quarter 1, Module 2, it's all about tell me more about the story character. Allow me to give you the objective. After going through this module, you are expected to read simple sentences, unleveled stories, and note details regarding the character. Look at this picture. What is this picture about? If your answer is rose in a glass, you are correct. Now, may I ask you, what flower do you like most? Perhaps your answer, rose, santan, gumamela, and others. I have flower on the vase. Look at this. This is the flower on the vase. Now, what can you say about this flower? If you say that this is a rose, you are correct. Do you know, class, that I love this flower much because it is lovely to see. At this time, we will read a story. Are you excited? I want you to read and listen to me as I read this short story located in your module under What I Know on page 2. Let me read to you the directions, read the story below, and answer the questions follow. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. The title of the story is about Rose in a Vase. Mika smells the red rose in the vase. Oh no! There's a bug on the petal. It is a bad bug. Micah gets the rose and the bug flies. Now, how's the story? Did you like it? Let me see if you can answer the following questions. For number 1 question, who smells the red rose in the vase? A. Mika. B. Bag. What is your answer? If your answer is letter A, you are correct because the rose was smelled by Mika. For number 2, what does Mika see on the petal? A. Vase. B. Bag. What is your answer for number 2? The answer in the second question is letter B because there is a bug on the petal on the rose. For number 3, what does Mika say about the bag? A. Fat. B. Bad. The right answer for number 3 is letter B. Why B? Because she mentioned in the story that the bug is on the petal of the rose. For number 4, what happens to the bug when Mika gets the rose? A. Disappear. B. Flies. What is your answer? If you selected letter B, you are correct because the bug flies when Mika gets the rose. For number 5, what did Mika feel when she saw the bag? A. Mad. B. Happy. What is your answer? The correct answer in number 5 is letter B. Do you know that I have same feelings with Mika? If this happened to me, to my lovely rose, of course, I'll get mad. How about you? Do you have same feelings? Now let me check. How's your score? If you got 5, that means you have advanced knowledge and high comprehension in reading story. But if you got low score, don't worry, because this video lesson is intended for you to learn well. So, keep on learning! For today's lesson, we are going to talk about the characters in the story. What comes to your mind if you meet the word character? If we are going to look at the meaning of this word, character is the person or animal represented in story, movie, or play. These characters are the actors or the actresses in the story that we are reading or watching. The character is the focus of the story, is called the main character. We have this main character in the story. For us to answer the questions correctly, we have to note or jot down the details of the story. Let me underscore this phrase, note the details of the story. The question is, how are we going to do this? What is noting details? When we speak of noting details, it's a comprehension skill that involves choosing out a text from the story read. It is a piece of information, like text or picture, to fully understand the story. The question is, how do we know details regarding the character? Remember this. Number 1, always read the story with full understanding and internalize the text. Next is, you have to jot down notes or highlight text. Going back to the story that we have read a while back, it's about a rose in a vase. We could easily answer the questions correctly if we know the characters and details of the story. One way to identify the characters in the story is to read and understand the whole story, and by looking at the illustrations of the story. To deepen our understanding on this lesson, we're gonna have another story. Let's apply our lesson about knowing who are the characters and note down the details of the story. Are you guys ready? So, the title of the story is about the kitten. One rainy afternoon, Juan did not go straight from the school. He had his raincoat on, so he did not get wet. Then he saw a kitten trembling in the grass. He stopped and looked at it. It began to mew very softly. Meow, meow, the little kitten said. One was very sorry for the kitten. He picked it up and put it under his raincoat. He brought it home. He put it near the stove with fire. The kitten looked at Juan and said, meow, meow, meow. It wanted to say, thank you. From that time on, the kitten became his pet. He loved his pet very much. How do you find the story? What did you feel? This time, let us answer the following questions. For number 1, what time of the day was it? Is it A, morning, B, noon, C, afternoon? If your answer is letter C, afternoon, you are correct. because the time mentioned in the story is one rainy afternoon. For the second question, what kind of afternoon was it? A. Rainy. B. Sunny. C. Cloudy. For the answer of second question, the correct answer is letter A. Why A? Because it was mentioned in the story that it was rainy afternoon. For number 3, where was one going? A. Home. B. To school. C. To church. What is your answer? The correct answer for number 2 is letter A. Why letter A? Because one did not go to straight home. For number 4, what was one wearing? A. Hat. B. A sweater. C. A raincoat. For number 4, the correct answer is letter C. One is wearing raincoat. Why? Because the weather on that time was rainy, and that was mentioned in our story. For number 5, what did one see? What did one see on the way? Is it a dog, a kitten, or a chick? For the 5th question, if your answer is letter B, you are correct. One saw a kitten trembling on the grass because it was raining. For number 6, how did the kitten feel? A. Hot. B. Cold. C. Warm. The right answer for this number is letter B. Because if the weather is rainy, normally we get cold, right? For number 7, what did one feel for the kitten? A. Pity. B. Gladness. C. Happiness. For number 7, the answer is letter A. If we are in the status of 1, normally we feel pity to the situation of the cat. Isn't it? Next, for number 8, where did he bring it? A. Home. B. School. C. In the shade. If your answer is letter A, you are excellent. It was mentioned that he brought the cat to the home. Next, for number 9, where did he put the kitten? A. Near the fire. B. On the table. C. Near the bed. What is the right answer for this? The right answer for number 9 is letter A. Near the fire. One did this to the cat because the cat is trembling. For the last question, did the kitten like the story near the fire? A. Yes. B. No. C. Does not tell. The last item, number 10, the right answer is yes. So letter A. If we are cold, we need the heat to relieve us from trembling. Did you get that?
And that ends our session for this video lesson. If you have any comments or reaction or any questions for this video lesson, try to contact your advisors. Once again, this is Teacher Sep, your tutor in learning your lesson in English 3. Thank you. God bless.